For people who like to listen to full albums, what are your favorite albums to binge? Songs for the deaf. You can't even hear it. I need a saga. What's the saga? It's songs for the deaf. What's going on, Marvin Gaye? It flows together perfectly and the production is perfect. After Marvin Gaye recorded What's Going On, he played it for Motown's Berry Gordy Jr., who said it was the worst thing I heard in my life. Only after Gaye threatened to leave the label was it released, becoming massive hit. It is considered 4th greatest song of all time by the Rolling Stone. Imagine being that wrong about anything ever. Well, the president of IBM long ago estimated that the total global need for computers was 5 units. So there's that. To add another big mistake, Decca turned down a chance to sign the Beatles after they auditioned for the label heads because they thought that rock and roll bands were just a passing fad. David Bowie, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. God, what an album. 5 years is such a raw opener. I never thought I'd need so many people. Best line by far. Before the album's initial release, Bowie told a US interviewer, "What you have there on that album when it does finally come out is a story which doesn't really take place. It's just a few little scenes from the life of a band called Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, who could feasibly be the last band on Earth. It could be within the last 5 years of Earth. I'm not at all sure. Because I wrote it in such a way that I just dropped the numbers into the album in any order that they cropped up. It depends in which state you listen to it in. Just beautiful." Daft Punk's Discovery. I love the fact that the album is a story, and was tied with Interstellar 5555, the 5 story of the 5 secret 5-star 5 system. Alive 2007 is also a masterpiece. I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled to find Daft Punk. If someone woke me up in the middle of the night, screaming the question at me, I would say Alive 2007, without hesitation. Fun tidbit. Album was released in 2001. The name of the spaceship in 2001 A Space Odyssey is Discovery. Good Kid Mad City, Kendrick Lamar. This one is so good. I think that Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst is one of my favorite songs ever. Agreed, and for so many reasons. From the sudden cut off of words by gunshots when his friend is talking to when the prostitute's voice literally fades away while rapping I'll never fade away, I'll never fade away. The brutal picture it paints of life in Compton to the overall idea of the song, singing about those lost to the streets, the nobodies being remembered in song. It's melancholy, romantic, ugly and beautiful all at once. Pure poetry. Rumors Fleetwood Mac. The first time I heard Rumors I thought it was just a greatest hits of Fleetwood Mac. There are so many great songs on there. Front to back it's awesome. Deltron 3030 title album. Can't listen to one song on the album without wanting to hear the whole thing, so magical. Dan's best work. King Crimson, In the Court of the Crimson King. 21st century schizoid man as an opener is straight power. It's a statement. A statement that says you're about to hear some incredible shit. Demon Days just because. The other day I had to drive a few hours, so I played Demon Days and Plastic Beach, back to back. Demon Days is a great listening experience, and I believe it has more truly great songs than Plastic Beach does, but my absolute personal favorite to listen from start to finish is Plastic Beach. I just like how the songs tie together more. I do believe Demon Days has better songs, but Plastic Beach is my favorite. Plastic Beach took so long to grow on me when it came out, wasn't sure if I liked it for some reason. But then it just clicked and now it's one of my favorite albums. Demon Days is perfect. Especially the dude that sings on there. Watch It Live. He's drunk as shit and horrible. Haha, it's FKN awesome. 9 Inch Nails The Downward Spiral is quite the wild ride. Aptly named. It doesn't leave you in a happy place. But man, it's good. If anyone ever wanted to feel like a sad piece of shit, Pretty Hate Machine has to rank pretty damn high. Nas, Illmatic. One of the few albums I can just listen to. I got to it so late I hate myself. I used to hustle, now all I do is relax and strive. When I was young I was a fan of the Jackson 5. I dropped jewels, wear jewels, hope to never run it. With more kicks than a baby in a mother's stomach. I love the next bar even more. Nasty Naz has to rise cause I'm wise. This is exercise till the microphone dies. One Love may have the best flow of a bar I've ever heard. Then I rose, whipping the blunt sash from my clothes then froze, only to blow the herb smoke through my nose. It's just a perfect line. Internal externally rhymed and just so much fun to say. Goddamn what a masterpiece. Radiohead, OK Computer and In Rainbows. It had to be Radiohead, but I'd say Kid A. Fair warning, Kid A is super inaccessible for a first time listener. I've grown to love the album, but it took many listens before I could process what I was listening to and appreciate the music. The national anthem is probably the easiest listen on the album, and even it has its moments. I love Kid A, but don't go in expecting anything like the Bends or OK Computer. Side note, it's between the Bends and In Rainbows for my favorite Radiohead album. Pink Floyd, Animals. It should be considered a crime to not listen to any Floyd album from start to finish. I love Animals for long drives through the desert. Such an amazing album. It's actually a federal crime in Canada to have one on shuffle. For Emma, Forever Ago, Bon Iver. Gets me deep into my feels but I love it. All three Bon Iver albums are great whole pieces of music really. He does such a good job of changing his sound and innovating, while still keeping within his songwriting themes. Like how you go from stacks to over soon and have it make sense is crazy. I think my favorite is Bon Iver, Bon Iver. The Sun's Tirade Isaiah Shad. Every song has a catchy flow to me. Sylvia demo as well. Can't wait for the upcoming one. Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon, The End of Day. Shout out to everyone who listened to this during their teenage angst phase. Kid Cudi out here making sure we know we all go through the same shit. Soundtrack to My Life is one of the best songs ever to me. Song got me through so much, let alone that album. Dark Side of the Moon. There's a reason it was on the Billboard charts for over 900 weeks. Death, Taxes, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon being the top comment on the r/AskReddit favorite album thread. And Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. Deloused in the Comatorium by the Mars Volta. Puerto Rican Pink Floyd on a lot more drugs. I picked this up in high school. The guy at the music shop sold it to me as a Pink Floyd album if it was recorded by Led Zeppelin in the year 2030. That pitch stuck with me because of how accurate it was when I heard it. Peppa Pig, my first album. Huge album, something like 7 feet 1.
Pepthany Pig Tano here.
I, too, only listen to Fantanicore. Arcade Fire, Funeral. It's one of the few albums I can listen to front to back and particularly like listening to it while driving at night. Funeral is a great driving album. The way most songs speed up to an absolute frenzy makes me want to keep going faster. Blonde, Frank Ocean. For sure one of my picks. In London there's a place that does a night where they'll play the album through in full and you just sit and listen to it with blindfolds on sofas. Would recommend big time. They do it for Bjuk 2 which was amazing. Link for the album listening place. Kanye West My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. J. Cole 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I'm disappointed I had to scroll this far for MBDTF. I was never a huge Kanye fan after the college dropout. Then one of my favorite podcasts, Dissect, did a season about that album with musical analysis over each song and some context for it. Then I listened to it fully though. I'm thoroughly upset that I didn't listen to him enough through the years. What a fantastic album. Metallica Ride the Lightning. Black Sabbath Master of Reality. Iron Maiden, Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Nia Watermark. Megadeth Rust in Peace. One of these things is not like the other things. All great albums, by the way. NR is the metal of Celtic tranquil music. Toxicity by System of a Down. Truly the apex for the band. I'm a huge metal fan and I've been trying to get my dad into the genre for years, to no avail. One day I was driving him somewhere and had Toxicity in the CD player. After playing Dear Dance he looks over at me with a look of amazement and says, "Who is this? I want to hear more." Now he's a huge Sode fan and we saw them together in May. Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the 36 Chambers. Shaolin shadowboxing, and the Wu-Tang sword style. If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me? Engard, I'll let you try my Wu-Tang style. Bring the motherfucking ruckus. Ghostface. Catch the blast of a hype verse. My Glock burst, leave in a hearse, I did worse.